First question, Edwin.
Hi, Coach. Playing the Valkyries once in the preseason and now the third time in the regular season. What's the biggest challenge when playing them?
I think they've done an amazing job with that expansion roster, and I think Natalie's done a tremendous job getting them, figuring out what their identity is and how they play, and they present a lot of problems, and I think they attack well, make you rotate, and then they spray it out for threes. So we've got to be really good guarding one-on-one in terms of containing what we're trying to do. They're physical defensively. They get out and run. So they're a good team. They are. And I think they've kind of bought into, playing together and understanding that that's their best shot. And they've done a nice job.
Anthony DeLeon, LA Times. Coach, today we have a basketball game. I kind of wanted to ask something beyond basketball. WNBA is an all-inclusive league, something the Sparks I'm sure are proud of. Could you share your thoughts on just the current ICE protests that are taking place in the city in recent days, just miles away, and then kind of the government's response to said protests?
Yeah, I mean, we're all aware of what's going on in our city, and it, provokes a lot of emotions for everybody. My job is to focus on our players in this game, and our players are professionals, and they're, we're all tracking, right? And we're all very aware, and again, it provokes a lot of emotions, but my job is to prepare our team to play tonight, and compete and focus on that, and let the discussion beyond that go to the people that really have an understanding of what's going on and how to best handle it, but it's unfortunate.
John
W. Davis with the Southern California News Group. Coach, your opening day starting lineup is 2-1 by my notes. What do you like about that lineup, and especially having Rakia back in it?
Yeah, it's great to have Rakia back. Her length and size, and that was a definite impact for us against Dallas. It was just, she's just a long, athletic player that I thought she did a great job defensively. You look at the stat line and it doesn't maybe necessarily show her impact. So it's great to have her back, and I'm loving that. But I think, with Odyssey and KP in that lineup, Odyssey can take the pressure off defensively in guarding the opposing team's best kind of perimeter player, ball handler, lead guard. And then either of them can run the point. And so it allows some freedom there. Whoever kind of is nearest can bring it up, which, again, I like that versatility. And then Azare and De'Erica have just been so consistent. Their efficiency is unbelievable. Their effort, how hard they play, all the things. So I think right now it's been a solid lineup, and I'm glad we have it tonight.
DJ.
Hey, Coach DJ, LA Sparks Weekly. Let's talk matchups. Veronica Burton has been going on a tear for Golden State. What's your plan around stopping her, especially around that three-point line?
Well, I can't tell you all our games.
As much as you can tell.
Okay. Well, she the other 2 games ago, she had 12 assists and 0 turnovers. I mean, that's remarkable. And they do a good job of just playing in space and setting ball screens for her to create. She's obviously got elite decision making. So we're going to have to be physical with her and run her, different things at her so she doesn't get comfortable. Players like that are obviously very smart. You got to mix things up. So, but she to me is their linchpin, and when she's playing well, they're really, really good.
There's that Anwar.
Anwar, Sporting Tribune. Coach, your team finally got a few days off, and then you get the win in Dallas. Just how's the team feeling in terms of mental and physical rest coming back home today? It's
nice to be back. It has been the last. I got to be honest with you. Today, someone said, "What's the day today?" And I was like, "I don't know." So today's Monday. I can verify. But last week it was great to have a few days of practice and then game, and then we landed really, I guess you could say, early. Saturday, again, whatever day, Saturday morning, 4 in the morning or whatever. I had Saturday off. But that day of rest is nice too. So I think the team's feeling good. It's a marathon, not a sprint, and we've got to just continue to try to be better tonight than we were against Dallas. And there's, even though we won, there's things we got to improve on. But we did some things well too, so it's build on success and continue to focus on things we're gonna improve on, but my sense is they feel good.
Charlotte?
Hi, Coach Charlotte Moore with FI 360. I'm noticing in your wardrobe now you're coming a little more relaxed or a little more comfortable in the LA gear. Is that a sign or what?
Oh, I haven't gotten dressed tonight, girl.
Oh.
It's in the locker room. I gotta go. I got the heels and everything. I'm just warming up here.
All right, good. I like that.
Yeah.
Anyone else in person before we go to Zoom? Mike Hill?
Hey, Coach,
Hey.
Mike Hill, Matthew, LA Sparks Weekly. Well, with Kia and her return, defensively, like her impact was, felt throughout the game.
Yeah.
Can you talk about the effort and things that you saw from her on that end?
Yeah, I thought she was really good, and she looked comfortable out there. But she was guarding Maddie Sechrist, who's double-digit scorer, and she held her to 0. And I think she took a lot of pride in that, in terms of just shutting down her matchup. So I was really proud of her for that. She got to the basket a few times. They weren't really helping off of her much, so she didn't get a ton of looks from outside. But yeah, she's coming along, and again, like I said, it's great to have her back. We're a lot better when she's on the floor.
Let's go to Zoom. Andrew Jones?
Thanks a lot as always, Joshua. Coach, just want to ask you, not only with the protest, but also with BT Awards here tonight, have you been able to manage through the traffic today, and how you been dealing with the traffic in your own time as first month as coach?
Yeah, I'll tell you, the Salt Lake City is not quite traffic like LA. You get stuck at a light for a minute and you're like, golly, up in Salt Lake. Here, not so much. But yeah, it's been a little bit of a zoo getting in and out of here, but man, hats off to all the people that organize it. And it could be absolute chaos, and it's just busy. So I'm adjusting to the traffic. I've also learned that you don't ever say anything in terms of, oh, it's 10 miles away or 3 miles. It's all time-based. See, everyone's nodding their heads here. I'm new to that, so now I'm learning the time versus the actual distance.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, thank you all.